just about that.
Recording is in progress, Lloyd.
Okay, so thank you very much, Andrew. So welcome everybody to the 19th Indigenous Global Unity Summit event. So we're already in week number 19. So this week we have a special guest. Hopefully he will be on the line with us soon. But before I start these events, always the first thing I like to do is to acknowledge those who came before us on this land and say a land acknowledgement. So I just would like to say we begin today acknowledging that we walk upon the traditional territories of Indigenous peoples, and we recognize their history, spirituality, culture, and stewardship of the land. We're grateful to all Indigenous groups for their commitment to protect the land and its resources, and we're committed to reconciliation, partnership, and enhanced understanding. We acknowledge as well that the land we are meeting on here in the Greater Toronto Area, where I am, is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe peoples, and is now home to many diverse peoples. We'd also like to acknowledge the land we are on as a meeting place of two treaties, the lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit and those of the First Nations of the Williams Treaty. We would thank them and other Indigenous peoples for sharing this land with us. We also acknowledge and recognize all of the world's Indigenous peoples as stewards of Mother Earth. So today, we will have a presentation by our guest speaker. I hope he will be on the line with us today. So I'm just taking a look at who's on with us right now. The gentleman's name is Samson Oluk. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that, unfortunately. Oluk will be doing a presentation about an organization called Quikatane Kenya. It's a local organization in Kenya based on Quikatane, Germany, which is translated as African Soils Against Poverty. And their mission in Africa is actually to serve and save the needy and vulnerable through education, just as we are. So we have hopefully some very good alignment with that organization, both in Africa as well as in Germany, perhaps as well. But as we move forward, our focus is Africa. So I will share as well my own presentation. Let me just start it here. And go back to Zoom and share my screen. Here. So I'm hoping that everybody can see this. So this is again an outdated logo. It looks like I'm always updating this logo because we are adding new partners almost every week as we continue to do our events. I'm always constantly updating my own presentation because the logo is changing. There's more partners. So next week we will have yet another new logo. But this is of course the Indigenous Global Unity Summit event, as I said, week 19. So basically I am Lloyd Halferty, CED or Chief Ecosystem Director and Program Development Director and Sustainable Society Consultant for Energem University Canada. So these are my coordinates here. We, Energem Global Cooperation Turtle Island, is an important organization for us. I'm also the co-founder and administrator of this organization. It is an international civil society organization that is seeking to undertake life value peace education and doing so in the context of life learning gardens. I can actually put this website you see on the screen as well. Hopefully I can put it in the chat. The chat window. So people can click the link. So I am also a Goodwill Ambassador for the 5 Points Youth Foundation in Los Angeles with a portfolio that covers Canada, La Francophonie, the Commonwealth of Nations, and Turtle Island communities. As this member of the Ad Hoc International Advisory Board of Goodwill Ambassadors and Activists, we are seeking to empower our communities to engage with royal, Indigenous, and tribal leadership, as well as interfaith business and neighborhood collaboratives to leave no one behind. So I will put in my contact information as well, so into the chat, so people can contact me through any one of these organizations. So what we do, I'm also a member of the Global Unity Business Group, which came together as a coalition of small businesses in order to establish, manage, and grow a global unity network. So Global Unity Business Group is a humanitarian enterprise and global sustainable and regenerative development corporation supporting and promoting the local delivery of open source regenerative climate smart infrastructure set up as life learning gardens, along with a hybrid virtual learning platform we call the VCN. So the Global Unity Business Group was created in order to formalize a process of localization of the SDGs, which is being done by the establishment of what we call a Global Unity Network, which so far includes Unity Gardens Network and Unity Learning Network, along with the Unity Health Network and Indigenous Global Unity Network, and many other dedicated Unity networks. So all are important components of our network of networks that comprise the entirety of the Global Unity Network. So the network grew out of a multi-country effort that is intended really to showcase global cooperation for the implementation of the local solutions to achieving the global goals, starting with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So our goal is to help uplift the traditionally marginalized communities that are mostly being left behind because the existing economic paradigm is very much focused on making money and extracting wealth from those who already have wealth, who are wealthy. And therefore, the majority of people on Earth are mostly being ignored by our existing highly competitive economy. So our focus in this is on the billions of people who exist or subsist on the economic sidelines, where we intend to start our work by delivering solutions for people in communities in some of the least developed countries and communities that are the most food insecure, especially like Sierra Leone, Zambia, and Nepal, and Bangladesh, all members of our network. So the Global Unity Network, virtual collaborative network, hybrid learning model will be delivered through what's called Unity Gardens for hands-on experiential practical learning, as well as through a digital virtual collaborative network that essentially bundles all of the various functions of individual websites into a single site or a collaborative portal that allows all of the digital and virtual learning to be delivered alongside the place where e-commerce also takes place. So basically as an all-in-one platform for trade, for commerce, and learning bundled into a single platform. So the VCN is intended to be a stepping stone toward a new vision of the internet called the Metaverse. And I actually will put in chat a link to so people understand what this Metaverse is. So we are also managing a global unity network geographically to help to create what we call localized local and regional UnityNet, local community engagement teams that we also call INDCs or interfaith neighborhood and business collaboratives, as well as regional and continental UnityNet local business development networks that serve to manage the regional and continental networks. Our first local business development network is actually called UnityNet Africa. So the global unity network that's coming together is helping to create and support this global unity network, or the business group supporting the global unity network. Our goal is to support, uplift, especially through the delivery of learning programs, practical hands-on education and training, and to promote as well all of the youth and female and feminist humanitarian entrepreneurs around the world who either have or wish to implement replicable, regenerative solutions for achieving the global goals, starting, of course, with Sustainable Development Goals. We focus on regenerative solutions that can be localized, one community at a time, starting in the least developed countries and communities and economies, by working with people who have been most forgotten and marginalized with the intention of leaving no one behind. So our philosophy is that machines are not the economy. People doing things is what makes an economy what it is. So if we lift people from poverty, or better yet, empower them to lift themselves out of poverty, you will have automatically injected new life into the economy. So the goal of the Global Unity Network is uplifting the bottom billions. Our ultimate goal is teaching people how to feed themselves in a climate smart way, where if you think about the old saying, give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, you will feed him for a lifetime. The Global Unity Network is all about teaching the women and youth to fish, so they no longer need to go begging to get fed the next day when they're hungry again. And possibly can't afford to buy that next fish because that next one will likely not be given to them anymore, but would instead need to be earned, which is essentially a subtle form of debt slavery, created by a system that also ensures the enclosure of the commons through legal processes like land title, intellectual property rights, patents. So this is why we also promote and demonstrate open source solutions, as in open source, regenerative, climate smart food growing infrastructure, set up as Unity Garden classrooms initially at and with schools, universities, the colleges, the high schools, etc. So the programs we do, we're supporting and work in partnership with the Unity programs, the events, the projects, campaigns of the local Unity network organizations that have been established and continue to be established around the world to deliver these various projects, campaigns, and events, like Trees of Peace and Reconciliation tree planting ceremonies, Sunlight Spectacle virtual entertainment events and shows, along with these Indigenous Global Unity Summit series events, as well as in the future, the Coordinated International Bubble Fund Festival, as we call them. So we're also working to support or in support of the expansion of the Global Women's Development Network. So what we are doing is what we call life learning gardens. So as noted, just go to the next page. We are supporting and promoting the local delivery of open source regenerative climate smart infrastructure set up as these life learning gardens designed for delivery of hands-on practical learning programs supporting all manner of life value education. So you see listed here CSV Gardens, Victory Forests, Climate Smart Kitchen, Spark Learning Centers, or what we call Climate Smart Education and Training Centers, and we'll apply farms and farm schools. As well, our projects, oops, I go previous. We would like to do as well what we call sacred site and watershed mapping, something called a collaborative tree planting program, CTP program, initiative for twinning communities, along with collaboration for the development of a system of payments for ecosystem services, using digital tokens of exchange for certified climate smart products that help permanently sequester carbon and that have been made by humanitarian organizations and entrepreneurs who are helping to implement local solutions or local solutions to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals or the global goals. Some of our other key campaigns include a dream boards in every community campaign to establish local community dream boards. We help mobilize the youth and help turn their dreams into reality, along with a tea diplomacy initiative that basically connects local farmers across geographies and among members of communities that may not otherwise ever get a chance to talk to each other and get to know each other as people. So in summary, basically, the humanitarian entrepreneurship learning programs that we're supporting are very much focused on engaging youth, educators, and decision makers in these learning programs and community engagement processes, with a strong emphasis on women and girls as leaders in their communities and also in their own homes and families, as per SDG 5, gender equality. The goal of our business and the network is to eventually establish what we call a new 21st century economy of compassion and cooperation, and the recognition of life value as being fundamentally more important than money value, where money is that fictional construct, a tool created by humans that helps us to make decisions about the most economic pathway to achieving certain outcomes, which are based on the goals that we individually and collectively set for ourselves as human beings. So those global goals. The Global Unity Network that we're establishing is a network that includes platforms for delivering the education, the training, the awareness raising, open idea and cultural exchange programs and platforms. And it's managed by, again, the Global Unity Business Group, virtual collaborative network that we're establishing is networked through social media and an internet-based or internet-enabled International Unity Gardens network, which is in turn supported by the Unity Learning Network of educators who understand the importance of delivering programs of life value peace education in each of our local communities. This is one of the new slides. So on Wednesday, October 13th, 2021, yesterday, various members of the Global Unity Network had a meeting to formally create the UnityNet Africa Secretariat for all Unity Network chapters that exist or will be established on the continent of Africa. So the purpose and structure of the organization was discussed, and the founding board was decided on. The following board for the African Continental Unity Network, or UnityNet Africa, is listed in the slide. The team also nominated an official advisory board that includes Shepi Motung from South Africa, Francis Chisala from Zambia, who will also be leading a program to create a platform for people of African descent with disabilities. Peter Ongera from Kenya, Andrew Williams Jr., chairperson of the Ad hoc International Advisory Board of Goodwill Ambassadors, who's in the USA on this call, Nancy Amoy from Sierra Leone, and Sylvia Turcha Angura, also from Sierra Leone. So as per SDG 5, gender equality, the selection process made an attempt to achieve gender balance of the board for the African Unity Network by ensuring that at least 3 of the 7 founding members were women. In future years, of course, as the board of directors is renewed periodically, Global Unity Network African Secretariat will seek gender balance by having at least 3 or 4 seats of the existing 7-member board being either men or women, but no more, no less. On the final slide here, I want to show some sustainability guidelines. I leave this slide up for a few moments at the end of every conversation that we show, as well to let people read what this is. These guidelines actually were provided to us by Mike Nickerson from the 7th Generation Initiative for Sustainability Project and author of Life, Money, and Illusion, Leaving the Earth or Living on Earth as If We Want to Stay. And so I will put as well his contact information in chat so you can learn more about that Sustainable Wellbeing Net Eco-Village project and sustainability project that he's doing. But this ends the introductory presentation, and now we'll see if we have our guest speaker today.
Yes, you do.
Yes, okay. So again, I could introduce Samson Olak. We'll do the presentation again about Tukatane in Kenya. Getting a little bit, I think we are having here a fire drill. So it's a good time to hand it over to Samson, and I'll let him introduce himself so I can mute myself and won't be interrupted by what's going on over here. Samson, would you like to do that and introduce yourself?
Please disregard any sound or signals that may encounter. In the event of a real emergency, we'll be notified.
Hello, Samson.
Elevators will be in service for a short period of time.
And how are you?
Very good, very good. So
I believe that I'm audible now enough that everybody is getting me.
Yes,
Yes.
we hear you. Go right ahead.
Thank you very much. I am Reverend Samson Oluoch, as mentioned by our global advisor, Mr. Lloyd. Thank you very much for introducing me and also for the first introduction that you have made. I am really blessed by what I have gotten from the introduction, and that is it. I want to do a presentation of Twikatane EV Kenya, but first I will say that I'm Reverend Samson Oluoch once again. I am the director of Twikatane EV Kenya and the founder in Kenya. Twikatane EV Kenya is a registered NGO. I'm also said and as mentioned by Lloyd, during our last meeting yesterday, I was appointed to be the chairperson of UnityNet Africa. I'm glad to work with us, and I know that through this, the whole of Africa will change, and basically we will be having business opportunities and business hubs for the benefit of the community of Africa. I want to welcome all of us on board today to get to know Twikatane EV Kenya and the background and where we have come from and where we are going. Twikatane EV is an NGO. It's a global NGO designed and committed to address agribusiness constraint facing agricultural sector in Africa and the rest of the world, while strengthening the capability and abilities of the vulnerable people, youth, women in the community at large. The main mission of Twikatane EV is to help the African countries achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, and also to encourage the world to strengthen and ensure the Sustainable Development Goals, such as elimination of poverty,
Samson, it seems as though your screen is frozen and we can't hear you.
as Andrew likes to say, technology is only good when it's working. So hopefully we'll have Samson back in a moment. Continue his presentation for us. This is the challenge actually of working internationally. So it looks like Samson has dropped off. He may have lost his connection. This is actually one of the reasons for us wanting to work. I mentioned yesterday during our meeting as well. We have the fire drill here. But the work why we wanted to work with Joan and the Foundation for Building Sustainable Communities is because they have a partnership through IEEE, so the Institute for Engineers and Electronics and Electrical Engineering, the largest electronics and electrical engineering association in the world for professionals. And so their program through IEEE is what's called smart villages. And smart villages are connecting communities, especially to high-speed internet and improving reliability and internet speeds. so that.
Sorry. There was a very bad network connection. I'm sorry for that.
No problem. So if you can just continue, Samson, no problem. I just we fill in some space to.
Thank you. I thank you. I have just said that the main mission of Twikatane EV is to help African countries achieve sustainable development goals, such as elimination of poverty, eradication of hunger, establishing good health and sanitation, enforce gender equality, improve clean water and sanitation, grow affordable and clean energy, increase industry, innovation, and infrastructure, and lastly, to build partnership for the goals and mainly for agricultural and agribusiness and entrepreneurship opportunities that will increase knowledge and empower business talented people within Africa and the rest of the world. The main policy of Twikatane EV Kenya is to promote agribusiness and entrepreneurship within African community in line with the global agricultural policy and ASAP. ASAP is African Soil Against Poverty. Twikatane EV Kenya, we are very focused that in the next 2 years, we have at least ways on how to improve our soil, to use our soil so that African soil, we can use it to decrease the poverty that is in the land of Africa. One of the things that we have realized is that in Africa, we have so many youths, potential, capable, and can fit the job market. But the problem that has been there since is that many youths in Africa, they are looking for white-collar job. I want to tell us today that through agriculture, we started recruiting students in April, and we started our classes in April, and they are in online classes. Today, as we speak, and Mr. Lloyd, if you check on your WhatsApp, there are some of the audios that I sent to you. I want you to share them after this to this team. You'll realize that today, an African youth can have a greenhouse and grow some food crops. And some of them today have started selling some agricultural products in the local market. But basically, our idea as Twikatane, that we will be able to export food products from our own land to countries that are no good land for cultivation. So Twikatane EV Kenya is ready to partner with any other NGO that is on board. Twikatane is a German word, means pulling together, pulling resources together. That is the meaning of Twikatane. We pull the resources together. We bring resources together so that we achieve the goal that we have ahead of us. As Twikatane AGO governing board, we are in mind of pulling resources together with the like-minded partners to support the project. It is currently to support the project, which is currently spread across 4 countries in Africa, namely Zambia, Congo, Uganda, and Kenya. But we have opened the door for every country in Africa to come on board so that as Twikatane, we can spread agri-business and entrepreneurship program that we are also offering a diploma course on that. So we are ready to spread this vision to the whole Africa. These 4 countries are the current main beneficiaries of Twikatane in Africa. We have students in a class right now. Today, we are working on cooperatives for the students. Why? Because the students that we are training, we don't want to give them certificate and send them to go and look for jobs. No, 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 no. We are preparing cooperatives because in Kenya, we have in every county, there are 4 centers. Now, in 4 centers, we are going to have cooperative societies whereby we are looking for funds. We put in those cooperatives so that once they have graduated, they come, they get some fund, they start their own business, they can cultivate their own land, they can produce some agricultural products. As Twikatane family is looking for market opportunity locally, within Africa, and also abroad. One of the challenge that the Twikatane has also realized is that if well managed, we believe Twikatane EV Africa will feed not only Africa, but the world, because currently we can also realize the food insecurity that is there. In Kenya, it is spread across 4 counties. That is Homa Bay, being the headquarters of Twikatane EV in Kenya, Kiambu County, Machakos County, Elgeyo Marakwet County, and also we are making a route to Trans Nzoia County. What our main objective? The organization has the following as our main objective. We are dedicated to relieve poverty, promote agriculture, water and sanitation, improve access to education and healthcare services across Africa, vulnerable in the society. We have got specific objectives in furtherance of the principle of object. The organization, the Twikatane as an NGO, have the following ancillary objects and powers. Number 1, we have been mandated the power by the NGO Registration Board to relieve poverty within Kenya and Africa through engaging vulnerable women, youths, and adults in the society in micro projects that enable them to generate income. This can be either through business opportunity, it can be either through agriculture, it can be either through idea and innovation and creativity. So we have been mandated that power to relieve poverty across the continent of Africa. Twikatane EV Kenya has also been given power to run agricultural activities. This will address the main constraint facing agricultural sector in Kenya using community participatory and value chain. Value chain, there are necessary foods. That is why we call them value. What we value, what we need, and what we want. What is the need for the people of Africa? What is the need for the world? So that is why we are saying we want the community participatory. That person in the local village, that person in the local society, we want them to participate through the value chain. So like right now, we have come up in Kenya, we have come up with 4 value chains that which people need urgently. We have the banana, we have the cassava, we have the dairy chain, dairy milk, we have the hay grass. Hay grass is that grass that we normally give the cow. So we have chosen the 4 value chain because they are needed. If you look at the northern part of Kenya today, you will realize that it is so dry, they can't get access to water, they can't get access to food, both human being and animal. So as Twikatane EV Kenya, we have a plan that by next year, we shall be providing both water, hay grass for the animal, and food for those who are living in dry areas. So that is another power that we are given. We have another one as water and sanitation. Twikatane EV Kenya will engage the community through various projects that provide good and clean water for the society and ensuring proper sanitation within the community. We have people dying of disease. We have people dying because of lack of water. We have people dying because of access to good health, good food, good water, clean water. So Twikatane EV Kenya, we are engaged that by the grace of God, if we get a funding donor, if we get money, we shall be providing water to communities that are lacking clean water for better health. Another power that we have been also given is education. Twikatane EV Kenya will provide means and ways for African child, youth, and young women to access affordable education locally and internationally through exchange program. We are opening mind that there are universities all over the world. There are schools all over the world. There are people all over the world who are interested in education, whatever means of education. It can be lower education, the ECD centers, we can have the university, we can have the higher learning. So we want to provide access to education across the globe, but through Twikatane, we are providing the necessary and important areas that we need our people to get learning. Like today, many people in Africa, they are suffering because of lack of proper education. Some of young women, they have the capability of becoming good leaders, but because of poverty, they cannot access education, and some of them cannot even reach to this position. So as Twikatane EV Kenya, we are ready to work together with the like-minded people to ensure that African child, African youth, African woman get access to affordable education locally and internationally. Another area is health services. We have been given the power by the registration board to, as Twikatane, to create a program that will allow community to get access to healthcare services, which is affordable. You will realize that before Corona, so many people were coming from Kenya, African. They are going to India, they are going to Germany, they are going to USA. They are looking for good and proper health services. So Twikatane EV Kenya, we want to do what we call mobile clinic. We want to provide health services right inside the village, right inside the community. We want to ensure that our people are healthy, and they are living according to the process of getting good health and good sanitation. So that is another one. Twikatane EV Kenya, we have been given the power to create women empowerment program. Women empowerment program. We have been given the power to create a program that will allow women to participate in business, participate in development, participate in cooperative activities that will ensure stable community. One day I was telling some people somewhere when we were in a meeting that if you want a stable community, empower a woman and a youth, that community will be stable. So we are creating a program that will allow all women in Africa, not only Kenya, to participate in business development and cooperative activities that will ensure stable community. And even to participate in leadership to ensure the girl child is coming up strongly to strengthen people. Another one is community development and civic education. We realize that so many things are happening even from the government level. The government is releasing a lot of things, but because of lack of community development and civic education, the people within community, let me take, for example, Sierra Leone. A lot of things are happening in Sierra Leone. A lot of things are, but we thank God today, they are catching up. If we go to Egypt, you will realize that. If you go to Sudan, you will realize what happened in Sudan and what has been happening in Sudan. If you go to Somalia, so the government just stand up and you see killings, you see massive things. But now, as Twikatane EV Kenya, we are trusting God that as we have been given power by the registration board, we are going to create, we are going to involve the society in community development projects and civic education that will give them a stable governance and community empowerment. If we need a good governance, we need to provide civic education and community projects. Least but not last, sports and cultural activities. Twikatane EV Kenya is ready to support sports activity that will develop talents among the youth and the community at large. They will also promote activities and events that promote African culture. You see, we cannot forget where we are coming from. We should be able to promote the African culture. We should tell them, these are our foods. We should ensure that these people are used to their culture. We have good footballers, even in Kenya. We have very good footballers, but they cannot get access to good football clubs. So as Twikatane EV Kenya, today we are forming a national football club that will be representing Kenya. Today, we are trusting God and working on a proposal. We want to build a football academy that will ensure that we teach the young people on their talents, that we develop their talents. So that is what we do. Lastly, orphans and widows. One of the challenges that we also have in Kenya and also in Africa, we have so many orphans. People are dying. Some of the young people are left behind without a proper approach of life. So Twikatane EV Kenya, we are very ready to work with like-minded people to build orphanage centers, promote widows development projects. Like one of the things that I've learned today, as I was engaged in a women empowerment project in a given area, one of the person called me for a leadership training. I realized that we can empower women through the culture. We can tell them to have some food. They put some hotels. They cook the cultural food. So when you go there, you tell them, I need this kind of food, and this one belongs to a Luo. That is, for example, in Kenya. I need fish. Or if you go to an hotel, if you are a Kikuyu, you say, I need njahe, or I need mokimo, or I need ingoho. That is how the lawyer call the chicken. So the chicken, they call it ingoho. So we need the cultural activities, mode of dressing. We want to see Africa participate in a big event where we promote our culture. So as Twikatane EV Kenya, we need these women, we need to tell these widows that they are able to do something. So that is one of the things that we are doing. As I summarize my speech or my presentation, this is what I want to tell us today for us to know. These objectives are to be achieved through engaging vulnerable women, youth in the society, in micro projects that can enable them to generate income, address the main constraint of facing agricultural sector in Kenya, using community participatory value chain approach under African soil against poverty, engaging community through various projects that will provide good and clean water for the society in Africa. One of the things that we are really getting through is providing means of collaboration. We don't want to work together. We are ready to collaborate because our name means coming together, Twikatane, getting together, putting resources together, putting ideas together, putting our minds together. So as Twikatane EV Kenya, we are focused that we want to open the door for so many people to come in, so many NGOs to come in, so that we are focused, despite that we have other projects like health services, women empowerment, community development and civic education, sports and cultural. But our main focus is that through agriculture, we want to create employment opportunity for African youths, because that is the main thing. We want to remove the mind of begging. Today, you will realize that so many people are begging in the name of, if they see a white man, we are seeing money. No. We can engage our soil, we do good agriculture, and we create employment, we get resources, so that in 10 years to come, that is after 2030, Africa, some of the countries in Africa that will engage in this will realize that we can also stand alone, provide for our means, provide for our food. So that is one of the things that we are putting ahead, is that we have opened that door so that every community will come together. The organization will also create programs that can allow the community to access internet. One of the things, the greatest challenge that we have in Africa, and you'll even realize that today, even me, when I was starting my presentation, I didn't know what happened. I just realized that the network is down and I was not there. So in Africa, we have areas, we have underdeveloped countries. If you tell a guy in somewhere in Southern Sudan that I want you on a WhatsApp, they will tell you, what is that? Like I was talking to one on phone. He was telling me, what is that WhatsApp? I have never seen that. What kind of a phone do you have? I have a small phone. So you see, we need to grow together. As the Europe is growing, as the USA is growing, Africans should also grow together so that every person get access to internet, proper internet provision that will allow people to interact and do so many things, because we can even create employment through internet. So that is one of the things that we are very focused on. In semi-arid areas, Twikatane EV is adopting the green energy system, that is solar system, that can help in sustaining agricultural projects and electricity and provide even lightning. We have one of the areas in Kenya, it is called Turkana. Lake Turkana. If you go to Lake Turkana today, you realize that that place is so rich. That place has got potential for agriculture. That place, people can eat well and sleep well. But there is what we call lack of proper energy. They don't have that means. They cannot even see light. When I was there sometimes back last year, I realized that they have never even seen the matchbox. And they were telling me, how is Kenya? You see, they are in Kenya and they are asking me, how is Kenya? So these people, what do we need to do? We need to adopt the green energy system, that is solar system, that can help in sustaining agricultural projects and other projects in such areas. And that also happens even in other countries in Africa. And I said, we are not for Kenya alone, but we are working also for Africa. Lastly, for your information, you may ask yourself, Reverend Samson mentioned that they have students in class. I want to say that the origin of Twikatane is in Germany. That is where the Twikatane headquarters is based in. And Kenya is one of the countries that is in function. So Twikatane EV as an NGO, we are connected to Diversity Learning Institute in Germany. What is the basis of our connection with Diversity Learning Institute? That is DLI. The DLI, the Diversity Learning Institute in Germany, soon becoming Cambridge University, is a learning institute. They are the people who have given us that free chance that the youths that we have, they are giving them learning. They are providing learning. So a program is meant to give hope to the needy, vulnerable youths, widows in Kenya and the rest of African continent through training agribusiness entrepreneurship. So right now, they have a lot of programs that they are running, but we requested them that as Twikatane family, we are requesting them to provide training in agribusiness and entrepreneurship. So in Kenya, I have 650 youths or students in class that will be graduating next year with a diploma in agribusiness and entrepreneurship from Diversity Learning Institute. These students, once they have been trained and equipped for development, we are not going to tell them, now you can go and get a job. No, we are training people that we are going to use to ensure that agribusiness and entrepreneurship program is well equipped and well exchanged. Lastly, during or after training, the students are set in groups to form cooperatives in their various centers of studies. I mentioned that, with these cooperatives, they are able to sell their products locally within Africa to earn income and surplus, and also be shipped to Europe, Asia, America, Canada, and any other country for international trade. The cooperatives are registered with the country local authorities and Twikatane EV Kenya with memorandum of understanding with any other partner that may come in. So if Mr. Lloyd can say, we need avocado, which goes for, I think that is 5 shillings. I think that 5 shillings, that is $0.0000. It is something, and I realized in Canada, one avocado is going for $50. That is not 50, $5. That is 500 Kenya shillings in Kenya. So you see, and in Kenya, it is very cheap. 3 of them, they give you at 10 Kenya shillings. And 10 Kenya shillings is $0.01. So you see, it is very cheap. So we are creating a program whereby we will be doing an international trade. We produce agricultural products, and then we said, UnityNet Africa or Unity Global, we have avocado, we have skuma wiki, we have chili, we have this. Now, your work as UnityNet Global, you open for us maybe a hub or a supermarket in Canada, so that we ship the agricultural product to that place at affordable price. You sell them, and then we share the profit. So that is why we are training our own people that will be doing the project, and then we form collaboration that we will be linking with to ship the product to other countries. Lastly, Twikatane EV Kenya is a registered NGO. Thank God we submitted our registration in May this year on 10th, and today our certificate is out. I'll be collecting the certificate tomorrow. So from tomorrow, from last Friday, I was told by the NGO registrar that Reverend Samson, you can register with the Global NGO Collaboration. You can register with the East African NGO Collaboration. You can start promoting Africa. You can start promoting Kenya. And we thank you because of the student that you have been training. So we have given you a mandate to go ahead. So today, sorry, I was talking loudly the other time because it was heavily raining where I am. So that is why I was talking loudly, so that you can get me clearly. So that is the Twikatane EV Kenya. There are a lot of programs we have. As we speak today, we are strongly going to engage the women department, because we have other things in Kenya. If you realize African, we have so many women who are becoming single ladies. They want to stay alone. They want to do this alone. And then at the end of the day, they are engaged in business that they cannot help them. So as Twikatane EV Kenya, we are coming up with a strong women empowerment program that wants to teach women holistically. That is family life. We want to come up with a program that now in the next 10 years, our community in Africa and globally will fit the business opportunities, and we will be able to promote a growth project globally as we go through the sustainable development goals. Thank you. I am ready for any question. That is the end of my presentation.
Wow, thank you so much, Samson. That could have been done in a church, I think.
Thank you.
Turn on my video here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Definitely the term reverend fits. But you are preaching to, I think, a crowd of viewers here who agree with you in the processes by which you are describing, because the establishment of cooperatives, the supporting of women, the entrepreneurships, what you have described to us, I think is where we need to be going, and there's such very strong alignment between what Twikatane EV Kenya is doing and what we already we're on the path to do. That I just wanted to have you lead the African network. So I'm going to ask if there are, of course, any questions, and we should also, as we usually do, go around to have everybody introduce themselves, possibly starting, of course, with our women first. Stephanie, perhaps you could introduce yourself formally this time, since we are live and we are being recorded.
Well, hello everybody. Thank you, Lloyd, for my introduction, opportunity for my introduction, and thank you, Samson, for very important talk and very important steps that you're taking, that we're taking, that the globe is taking in trying to eradicate poverty, continental poverty and poverty everywhere. And very happy to be working with you with such initiatives. I'm a doctoral student at the University of Toronto, OISE, the Ontario Institute for Studies in Education. And my focus, I focus on holistic education and social emotional well-being. My particular dissertation talks to parents about labeling in school, learning disabilities, which of course is a global issue in our school systems, and the social emotional impacts of labeling in school, of systemic labeling. I am a learning and community design consultant in Toronto, Canada, and I'm the co-founder and director of the Maui Aloha Project. It's a living, learning, and healing eco-village initiative where we're trying to come together in community and to address sustainable development goals, and also to COVID has really shown us that we're living in lonely times, alone times, and coming together, as Samson talked about, bringing our multi-literacies together. So bringing those who can farm with those who, the technologists and the economists and the educators, bringing really an ecology of different skill sets together and be able to share our efforts and also reap the rewards of shared efforts. I'm also a co-manager of the Global Unity Network and the Unity Learning Network, which we've discussed are for the purposes of addressing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals through communication and practical food systems learning, to name a few things. So I'm really happy to be here, really grateful to Andrew Networks and to all of the great initiatives that we're beginning. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Stephanie. So who else do we have on the call here? Anybody can put up their hand. I'm seeing Linda, I'm seeing Emma, Winfred. There are some people I don't know, but I would very much like for them to introduce themselves, including Ayodele as well. I've had conversations with over WhatsApp, but there are people. If you would either put your hand up, or just unmute yourself and introduce yourself, we would be happy if you could do that. We're all a family here. We're all together.
Hello.
Hello, Linda. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lloyd. My name is Linda Ngaiwa from Tikatane, Ivi, Kenya. I'm the Vice Secretary of Tikatane, Ivi, Kenya. Just to add on a few things, just like my director has said, our main mission as Tikatane, Ivi, Kenya is to empower youth and the women in the community through agribusiness to give them a ray of hope in a country that is very competitive in terms of employment. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening to all the panels on the board. Thank you, Mr. Lloyd, for hosting us. And I want to say thank you to Samson for that great presentation. I'm representing Tukatane NGO Africa as a vice president of Tukatane NGO. I wouldn't want to repeat some of the things that Samson have spoken about Tukatane, though he is a speaker of tonight, or speaking on behalf of the Kenya and also on behalf of Africa. So he has given us exactly what Tukatane is doing in Kenya and also in Africa. In Kenya, we have over 400 students that are on board doing agro business training. In Congo, we have more than 600 students. Likewise, we have students in Zambia, Uganda. So our vision is to see how we can spread across the Africa. But because of the challenges of the resources, that is why we are still remaining in 4 African countries. And just as Mr. Sampson have said, our expectation is we need a lot of collaboration to be able to actualize this vision. Because some of the challenges in Africa is that most of the time, some of the opportunity that comes to the government or whatever only go to the hands of the elite in the community. So that's why our focus majorly is on vulnerable youth and women in the society. So thank you for giving us an opportunity to come on board and especially to speak on behalf of Tukatane. But I want to assure you that in any area where you are coming to collaborate or to partner with us, we are not going to disappoint you because we are running an organization with integrity and also with a great vision. Once again, I want to say thank you to Mr. Lloyd, now that we have become a co-worker who is now our advisors, and especially has been a great opportunity, a great blessing to us in Africa. And every one of you want to say thank you. And I believe that together we can be better together, and we can do it together. We can conquer the hungers and the poverty in Africa, not only in Africa, and across the globe. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Bele. So we are as well looking at partnerships, and as I said during the presentation, this is about partnerships, and I think there's been I actually saw a presentation yesterday just by a group of even corporate heads of these large corporations having the same message, just basically saying we even as multi-billion-dollar corporations cannot achieve these goals without partnerships with people at the grassroots. Because if we don't have that, if people don't believe that our products and our services are going to be useful to them, they won't be using them. We cannot survive as a corporation, as a company. So we need those partnerships in order to gain that credibility to continue to exist even in this difficult economy. So I'm hoping, let's say, Linda or Emma or Winfred or Wamaita, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, or Abu Aisha may be able to introduce themselves as well. If not, opening up their microphone, at the very least, we'd like them, everybody to be able to put their information, their name, their contact information into the chat window, if that's possible.
Better attention, please. Support around fire protection. Testing the fire alarm.
Again, the fire drill is happening over here in my building at the same time.
Testing of the fire alarm system is now complete, and the elevators are now back in service.
Sounds like the end of it.
Better attention, please. Support around fire protection. Testing of the fire alarm.
So perhaps I could. Thank you. So sir, perhaps I could have.
Not working.
Not sure who was that, but perhaps we could have somebody such as Carlos introduce himself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, good afternoon from Sierra Leone. We are almost evening hours.
Thank you.
My name is Carlos Richard Sanko. I am the Chief Executive Director for Focus on Rural Development, Sierra Leone. We are currently operating in Sierra Leone as a national non-governmental organization operating in 4 districts, vis-a-vis Western Area Rural District, where you find Waterloo, the place where I reside, and also where you can find the office, the head office. And then also we have Western Area Urban, where you find the capital city, which is very close to Western Area Rural. The capital city of Sierra Leone, we all know, is Freetown. And then we also operating in Port Loko District, in Tonkolele District, in Cambia, etc. And we are planning to expand in Kainodugo District, Karine District, and Mayamba District. So these are the potential districts we are planning to expand. We are working in the following thematic areas: promoting climate smart resilient solutions through agribusiness and environmental safety. We also promoting education, supporting vulnerable children to ensure that they access affordable schools and affordable education. And we also supporting vulnerable children who are disabled around this area. And we also supporting women who are what you call who are widows around this area in promoting their children education. And so we also promote some aspect of tertiary education, especially for those who cannot afford to get the tuition fee to support themselves at university or college, and also promote what we call entrepreneurship in the form of skills, non-formal skills, carpentry, masonry, wood, or what we call woodwork. And also we promoting what we call steel binding or metal work. We also promoting healthcare, especially the sexual health related areas. For instance, HIV and AIDS components as a component. And that's also an area we are supporting. And so, of course, I mentioned the area of entrepreneurship already, which cuts across our thematic areas, and we're promoting peace building activities. So these are our focal or focus that we are supporting young people, we're supporting women who are primary benefits or targets, and we're supporting children. So our 3 target beneficiaries are young people, the youth, women, and especially vulnerable women, and we promote children, especially vulnerable children. And so we are a network with the Global Unity networks, vis-a-vis the Global Unity business. And as I am the representative for the Global Unity business in Sierra Leone, and we already have a Unity network in Sierra Leone. So our WhatsApp page is inoperative. And finally, of course, we are ready to collaborate with partners to ensure that we promote what we call industrial hemp, the production of textile, medicine, and other stuff that will help to bring economic livelihood for young people, the promotion of what we call job opportunities for young people and as well as women. So that is where we are. And of course, our partners also at national level, we are working with Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Education, both basic, because Ministry of Education is divided into two, Ministry of Basic and Ministry of Tertiary institution. So that is the divided line for the education in Sierra Leone. And we are also working with Ministry of Health to promote the particular areas that I mentioned. And we are working with also the private sector, and we are working with the district councils or the local councils to promote development in Sierra Leone. So we are happy to be with you as partners, especially all those who are for the first time. This is their first time. And so we are happy to be with you. We are ready as a country, we are ready as a partner to collaborate and support more progressive areas or demanding areas that needed support, especially in addressing economic livelihood, women empowerment, or youth empowerment issues in Sierra Leone, to ensure that we revive the issue of what we call the struggles our country is currently going. Thank you so much. Thank you once again for giving me the opportunity. This is Carlos Richard Sanko from Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much, Carlos. So Carlos is one of our key people as well. So I think we're approaching now 12:30 here. It's been about an hour and a half. We're a little bit longer than the normal timing. So I'm just going to close out today and say thank you to everybody. I think I also want to give some time hopefully for Andrew to provide also a service announcement for our partners as well who are with us. You're not able to do so today?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Give me just a moment. I've been in transit, so I haven't been able to speak, but I'll be in a quiet place in 30 seconds. Hold on.
Okay. Excellent. In the meantime, if anybody else would like to introduce themselves, please feel free to open up your mics and say hello to everybody on the call. We are a family here, and we want everybody to feel like they are able to speak freely.
From Nigeria. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah,
Really?
good evening, everyone.
We hear you. Please speak up.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Here is evening. It's 7 p.m. Yeah, and my names are Winfred Mongeli. And sorry for the interruption. Okay, I'm representing Twikatane here in Kenya. And I want to thank you very much for partnering with us and enabling us to move our project. Actually, what I would want to say as a young woman is that we really need support, because gender equality is the key as we partake this project. I want to say that our youth really need support, because their ambition cannot go through without support. And I'm here to thank you very much for agreeing to partner with us. I am humbly requesting if you can, we will not disappoint you when you fully support us with our project. Women in Kenya, I may say, and mostly in our communities, are facing so many challenges. Yeah, simply because they do not have information, skills. Let's say they are not empowered. And that is why we are here to support them, both economically, psychologically, and inform them, maybe to have something that can sustain their future. Yeah, and as well as the girls. And this is where education comes in. So mine is to say thank you very much. I won't talk so much. I will just giving myself an introduction. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. This is Andrew Williams Jr. I do have a little background noise, but thank everyone for joining us. We'll be doing this weekly events through May 26th of 2021. That's the day after Africa Day, May 25th of next year. Reverend Sampson, you may recall I asked if you could make a presentation and share your screen. And for the Vice President of Katani, I'd have to ask you to get your youth involved. Please understand, for the hour that we've been here in this presentation, we would have lost the majority of youth after the first minute, because we're not reaching them at the level that they are willing to engage in. So it sounds like you've already graduated or you have students, over 500 students. I believe you have skill sets in that student body to help you make presentations that will be more powerful and also have a call to action. We've talked a lot, but we have people on the line that could provide funding and investment for projects that you bring to the table, but you haven't presented anything that's actionable. So in the future going forward, I would ask that you take time to take advantage of this worldwide platform that we make available to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I've taken a note of that.
Prince Andrew.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, let me first allow Reverend Sampson to first respond.
He did. You're up. Go right ahead.
Yes, Prince Andrew. I was not able to actually catch up what we were saying because there was an internet problem. I couldn't get you clearly. Sorry.
Oh, I was suggesting, sir, that yes, I had asked you to provide a presentation along with your verbal description of what you said. As far as the youth are concerned, we would have lost them in the first 5 minutes because all we've been doing is having talking heads for the last hour. I believe that your graduates or some of your students in your internship project have the skill sets that can help make your presentation more powerful and also could include what the world needs to assist you. We have people on the line right now that have the funding ability to support your projects, but you presented nothing that's fundable. This is a global platform. Even though there are just a few of us on here, we're reaching 1,700, prospective 1,700 people on the Facebook group. I'm streaming this also to a platform that has 1 million visitors each month. That doesn't mean that they're going to be paying attention, but unless we have content that engages their attention, you'll never be able to take advantage of the power that we bring into your fingertips. So I'm just asking you and your vice chairperson to engage your youth to be the ones to help package and promote what it is you're doing, so it'll be more effective, sir. That was my point.
Thank you, thank you very much for that. The only thing that happened, actually, I couldn't get Lloyd on phone because I'm using a phone right now. I don't have a laptop. I'm using a phone. So I sent a clip for a youth who is actually doing hydroponic. That is our student. Again, we already have a project proposal. I'm sorry because I'm using a phone, but next time if you give me the next opportunity, I'll send together with the background, I'll send my proposal so that it can be shared, it can be seen, so that we are able to catch up. But for the video where we need the student, what we need to be doing, I think I have 4 videos that I sent to Lloyd. I don't know if he can catch it from his WhatsApp and then play it. It is a 2 minutes video. Thank you, sir, for that. But if I'm given the next opportunity, I'll be able to share the project proposal.
Well, the great news is that we are streaming this live to Facebook. At the top left part of the screen, you'll see where it says live. Anyone here can copy that link and you can share that with anyone else so that they can come back later and hear your entire presentation. Please accept what I'm saying to you not as criticism, because it's critically important that you shared what you did, because your words were able to reach the audience that are here and that will be able to hear this in the future. I'm just suggesting that you look ahead and keep improving and improving and improving. We have another 6 months to get ready to go to prime time. Well, we can go to prime time tomorrow if we're ready.
I'm very ready, sir, for anything. I'm even ready to come back again and do that. Thank you.
Okay, the floor is, there was someone else that wanted to make a comment after yours. The floor is open to you.
What I wanted to say very quickly, though, was that we can give, we will be giving opportunity for all of the Unity Network partners. So we have a number of regional groups plus a number of theme groups within the Global Unity Network. And so there is opportunity, of course, for Samson as chair of the new Unity Network Africa group to do another presentation about the Unity Network Africa activities. So it won't be a presentation about Tukatane in particular, but of course there will be alignment between Tukatane and Unity Network Africa programs, since we are essentially supporting very similar mandates.
Great, but Lloyd, there was someone else that wanted to make a comment. So let's open up the floor before we close. Any more comments about the presentation today, or any comments about anything I said? Now is that time.
Thank you once again, Prince Andrew and Mr. Lloyd, for this opportunity. We are very sorry that I want to assure you that in the next presentation, we're going to make everything that is necessary available. The video of some of especially we have some of the videos of some of the students in Congo, because we have them in different provinces. I think Congo is it's also one of the biggest nations in Africa, which is really rapid in poverty. And we have there's a lot of orphanage in Congo. So that's why we have a large numbers of the students in Congo, which are really doing very well and expecting much. But the reason why, because I realized that the major focus was in Kenya this time around. That is why we couldn't prepare for any available materials to display on the screen concerning the issue of Tukatane programs that we are running. But I want you to know that we focus much right now on the youth, especially as we know, because of the climate change and the wave of the COVID, so which is really affecting the agriculture. And that's why we come up with the agenda that, we want, let's first empower the youth, train them on how to accept agriculture as a profession and in education way, so that we want them to know that they can be empowered. They can do agriculture in a way that can attract the world and that can also make them to be self-reliant and also create use through agriculture that they can also create an employment. So please just pardon us for tonight. We assure you that in the next presentation, when you call us to come on board, we are going to provide all the diversity at which is needed to show to our partners. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. And please, again, please accept what I'm saying to you as suggestions, but also know you don't have to wait for weeks to have the review of the presentation. If you will produce the presentation and record it, we can then replay it around the world. But I'm sharing with you now my screen. I hope you can see it. It's a sustainable development initiative at the University of Management and Technology. They just this past week graduated 150 interns in their project leading up to next year's International and Indigenous Women's Day Conference. As you know, Reverend Samson Princess Chepi from South Africa will be connecting with us. But let me just end my presentation now, and I'll turn it back over to you, Lloyd, to wrap it up.
So yeah, I just wanted to follow up on that, the comments that Andrew just made regarding engaging the youth. So these conversations are they seem very business-like, and we're focused on sort of partnerships and things like that. But in order to engage the youth, we really, I think the number one thing, and I learned this also from my colleague Joan, is it needs to be fun. If we're not having fun doing this, then why are we doing this? And the youth, I think, are completely in agreement with that. This is boring. If it's boring, then they're not going to maintain their attention on it. So we do need to make it engaging, interesting, which is why we wish to, when we do an event, we call it edutainment. So this particular event, very technical, very dry in some cases, we need to show videos. We need to really engage people in music and entertainment them at the same time that they're learning, which is why we want to create these programs such as the Mobile Fun Festivals that allow the youth and families to really get engaged in that conversation around regenerative development. Samson, you had one few last comments.
Yes, thank you, sir, for allowing me to speak again. I don't know if Andrew can, if Prince Andrew can display the videos I sent to him. The problem that I have actually, as I explained, is that I don't have a laptop, so it is very difficult for me to display through the phone. I've tried and it was not coming out, but I sent you and I also sent to him.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Of course, I too am on my phone, but what we're saying to you point blank is that you have to take responsibility for your presentation on your end. That means that you have a vice chairperson. You have 3 people or 4 people on the line right now. You have 500 graduates or interns. You have access to resources. You have to use your resources to take advantage of the platform that we provide to you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Very well. Any closing thoughts from anyone else?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I think I'll do a presentation again. If maybe I'll be allowed by Mr. Lloyd, maybe soon, so that I include the videos. We have them from Kenya, from Zambia, from Congo. So it will be well. Thank you very much.
So the other thing too is that you're working with a company from Germany. They have existing professional video material already ready. You need to pull into the resources that are supporting you. Our help will
Yes.
help them. What you're doing is helping them achieve the mission that they could not achieve without you. You are critically important to them. Take advantage of this opportunity to include their logo in your promotion, to include them in your sponsorship. You'll get more credibility from the country of Kenya and also from major corporations. You're absolutely right. We need to do all these things, but we cannot just be the government alone, or the nonprofits alone, or the private sector alone, or the traditional leaders alone. We have to all do this together, but we have to involve all the resources at our disposal to accomplish these objectives.
Thank you very much for that. It is a very good advice to me and also to us as Twikatane family on board. I think in the next presentation, you will not see me alone. You will see me together with the Continental Office and also with the HQ, and it will be displayed in the right way. Thank you very much, Princess Andrew.
The great news is that, as I said, technology is great when it works. We can make it work for us. You can take the time to get your presentation done professionally before we have the presentation. Then it's just simply a matter of repaying the video that you already have. Also, we're not the only broadcast platform. Once you get it done, it could be spread around the world, but you have to do it in order for us to help you promote it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Lloyd, I'm turning it back over to you. It's time to wrap this up.
Yes. Yes, thank you very much, Andrew, for the advice as well, to the team in Kenya and in Africa, and to all of us to understand and realize that we have the ability to promote ourselves. Through partnerships, we're able to really accelerate the conversations and move forward in realization of our own dreams and our own goals in our own communities and for ourselves, our families, friends, our relations. And so I would like to just say thank you to everybody that came on the call today. And we will again have another call every Thursday at 11 a.m. So this is the Global Unity Network Global IGU Summit, Indigenous Global Unity Summit event. Thank you all and good day.
Thank you.
Jumbo.